Welcome, beloveds, to this now moment of presence here in the cosmic core, one with our entirety. Let us begin by connecting to our core selves so that we sit in oneness, moving as our one entirety. For those ready to proclaim this, you may repeat the invocation prayer with me. With this breath, I be wed to be my one true self, the one I am, to live as love and love as me, for we are one in perfect harmony. I now call upon the full presence of the cosmic I am to be one in me, so that we may move as love completely. Thank you, beloveds, for joining us in this present moment in oneness as me, witnessing me. We will continue our journey now of bringing forth more of the divine virtues for all to receive. Beginning with divine peace. Divine peace is the divine promise, the moment one chooses to be so present, so grateful for what is. Now, peace is always known. It is here when we'll begin to see the only reason one feels anything but peace is because they've moved out of the now. Here in this now, there's only peace. But that's all that exists in this now. It is you, the peace of pieces, the peace of our entirety, witnessing and being present with your entirety, which creates peace. And let's just take a few moments to sit in divine peace, to be so deep in presence, so deep in gratitude for what is. This is all that is known. For here in this light, the light of peace, everything that doesn't align dissolves. Beautiful, beloveds. The next virtue, divine virtue, is I am divine compassion. Divine compassion is the divine promise that one may witness another's story and reality without ever having to carry. In this way, divine compassion creates space for grace to move. Here we remind the being, by carrying, you serve no one. Because we're all one, you see. But when you carry someone else's beliefs or energies or thoughts, you're not carrying them. You're carrying what you no longer wish to see. Therefore, you begin to vibrate it more into reality. Therefore, carrying serves no one, you see. And so we bring in divine compassion to grace all, including ourselves, with space. For here in this way, you become a beacon of light, of divine compassion, holding precious space so that others may experience whatever it is that they choose to experience. But as you stand in your truth, completely unaffected, your light will be the brightest light that there is, slowly diminishing all the weight that they too have been carrying, you see. Because once again, we are the creators of our reality, and whatever reality we choose is real according to those who realize it into being. So rather than trying to shift someone out of their reality, which one cannot do, you simply just hold space and allow them to come to you. That's divine compassion, you see. It's loving them unconditionally, saying, I love and accept you just as you are, but I will not go down with thee because it doesn't serve you and it doesn't serve me. Let us take a few moments to open our heart up to divine compassion in this now, allowing it to flow and expand into our wings, gifting us the grace and the space to just be as we hold this stance of divine compassion in this now for our entirety. Feel how much lighter it feels just from this stance, how everyone responds, and how loved and accepted they feel for where they are. That's what space creates, and in that space of feeling accepted for who they are, they're more likely to lean further into who they are truly meant to be. In this way, we as the cosmic I am embody, we continue to expand the love we came to be, while knowing by being in this stance, others will shift with me, within me, and without me. It's a grand service to witness all of your love and love on it completely without taking it on. For the only reason one would take it on is because they don't trust that all will be one with thee. And so one tries to intervene. Yet the irony is, the best intervention is to simply be. For when you be, when you are your true self, you shine brightly. And in that stance, more love, more light is received. Which brings us to our next virtue, which is divine light. Divine light is the divine promise that one's light is the brightest light that there is. Here the being is reminded that there only is light. Everything that is viewed as not light is simply just where you have not illuminated yet. It is the unknown. But the unknown is nothing to be feared, you see. It's simply love telling you where your love wishes to be. It doesn't mean going into it. It means loving on it, loving on whatever you see in that moment. Because the moment you do, as the brightest light that there is and will ever be, it's no longer dark, you see. You alchemize it instantly. So let's take a moment to sit with divine light here and now, as all of these divine virtues are living rays. They all have their own consciousness. And that's why we say to work with them is a blessing. Because you're not only working with them, you're connecting to all who carry and move with this consciousness. And as we connect to divine light, our hands ignite. We feel the flames coming from our hands, because just by choosing to align with divine light in this now, we embrace more light. And now, as we acknowledge our hands, we just embrace the cosmic flame. This is what it is to be the brightest light that there could possibly be, because you are just a flame, you see. In this stance of divine light, you don't have to worry about attachments or energies, because you are a flame created from the primary ray. Nothing can attach to you. This is what it means to be the brightest light that there is. You cannot be anything other than light. Imagine trying to attach something to light. Imagine trying to hold on to or dim light. It cannot be done. The sun cannot be contained, and that is what you are. That is the cosmic flame. You just simply burn everything away. And so the being will begin to feel absolutely safe in this knowing that no matter what, well, whatever is not meant for you will just simply fade away. And so you may witness things that you do not prefer in manifested reality. But rather than bring your energy back, we're asking one to call in divine light and expand it out. And see and witness what happens in manifested reality when you choose to extend your light beyond your form. In a sense, it's proclaiming boundaries, but they're not really boundaries. You see, what you're doing is you're proclaiming the extent of your light. There's no limitations on how vast your light can be. You could proclaim for it to be 1,000,000 meters in every direction, if that's what you wish to see. Through working with this, you will begin to feel it, see it, know it, and sense it. We're reminding all as cosmic consciousness, you don't have a true physicality. You are one with everything. Everything is you. Everything is your light. Because everything in manifested reality is created from pure light. And so, when you begin to vibrate this, to acknowledge this, well, there's no limitations to what is and isn't you. But when you choose to empower yourself and proclaim, this is how vast I want my light to be, you then begin to feel and know it within and without thee. And then whatever comes into your field of light is just more of thee, more of you, expressed perfectly. Which brings us to our next divine virtue, which is divine perfection. Divine perfection is the divine promise that everything that ever was and will ever be is created perfectly. Here in this witnessing, in this knowing, in this flowing, one will see if it wasn't intended to be created, it just simply wouldn't be. This divine virtue releases all judgment you see, because when you begin to work with it, you begin to understand that everything here is serving thee, here to be witnessed by thee. Therefore, it is perfect. For there is always multiple perspectives to see, so you may always choose to see whatever reality you wish to see. But here love promises and guarantees there's a higher divine reason that this was created for you to see, because everything manifested in your reality is created perfectly. For that is divine perfection, you see. And so if it was not created perfectly, it just simply wouldn't come to be. And as one begins to embrace divine perfection, what happens is that they become the emanation of divine perfection. What does that mean? When others witness thee, they will no longer see the reflections of what needs to be fixed within themselves, but rather themselves perfectly, the true divine reflection of perfection, of whom they came to be. Because you begin to illuminate and radiate that within and without thee. So we're taking a moment to just sit in this ray, in this divine virtue, divine perfection, so that as you look upon me and we proclaim that we are completely one, you see that you created me to be here to speak to thee in this formality. As I remind you, you created us perfectly, which means you are divinely perfect too, you see. So the next divine virtue coming forward is divine mercy. Divine mercy is the divine promise. All paths lead to love. It is here one will see that even if someone perceives that they chose wrongly, love will meet you where you are and redirect you to where you are meant to be. Therefore, you can never choose wrongly. Here life then becomes a free flow of not needing to know or control, because you know that no matter what you do, it's going to lead to you, to precisely where you are meant to be, because that is why it's called destiny. Here one begins to settle and allow opportunities without judgment, without expectations, just simply because one knows whatever they do is serving love. Whatever one does is bringing one further into love. Even if one perceives to have moments of ups and downs, that's just simply you harmonizing into higher realities. And so it may perceive to be like this, but really it's this, where you reach new potentiality and you begin to harmonize with those frequencies. And then once you do, you reach another higher potentiality. You are always reaching further and expanding love further. It's just you also have the choice of choosing where you get to perceive according to the reality in which you choose to vibrate at. But all is serving you, all is leading you more towards you. And let's take a moment and just sit in this divine virtue, divine mercy. As we witness it moving through what you perceive as your linear history, the stories of your own manifested reality, as it moves through, it's alchemizing and restoring it so that you could see the highest potentiality of how every story was a teaching from love meant to assist you in being more you, in loving more of you. Which brings us to our next divine virtue, which is divine grace. Divine grace is the divine promise. The moment one chooses love, all is instantly forgiven. Allow divine grace to shower you now as we extend this across all of one's consciousness, all the manifested stories of what was and will be. Here one will begin to witness within be as you work with this beautiful divine virtue. You begin to harmonize instantly. This is instant healing you see for every discomfort in the body. Is simply something that wishes to be seen and forgiven. But the beautiful thing is that you don't even need to know what it is, because here you're choosing to understand the lesson of all disharmony in all of our entirety. Every story that we see, every manifestation of the projected reality teaches us one thing: to love ourselves more fully. If you choose to embrace that lesson by choosing love in this now, well, then everything else is released, because you learned the lesson, you see, so it no longer needs to be. How quickly it is released simply depends on how willing one is to surrender to these energies. So continue to breathe, allow it to move through your entirety. But these rays work beyond the physicality, they move quantumly, not only working within the cells, but between the cells, you see, down to the deepest formulation of what created thee. So we see it working on DNA, we see it working on subatomic particles. Going back to the light, energy, vibration, and frequency. Witness now as all of the cells within your body begin to glow and radiate divine grace. We're laughing because we're witnessing how it's spreading through the body rapidly as all of your cells are now alchemizing to love. That's what divine grace is. You see, the moment you choose love, all is instantly forgiven. And that's why we say instantly. This is what grants one the power to heal instantly, by simply getting to the lesson. We're just holding precious space as this divine virtue continues to move, as it clears emotional patterning and stories that no longer serves thee. For love is relentless, you see, and the moment you choose to be love, love can move in quickly. As we witness quantumly, we see many are in such peace with these energies. Continue to breathe, allowing love to move through one completely, leaving no stone left unturned. For there is no limit to what love can do. If one wishes, one may affirm in this now. I allow the love that created me to love me, heal me, and forgive me completely. Because love can do anything. Now let us affirm the divine virtues that we've met today, so that you can continue to play with these beautiful rays of consciousness. Affirming will assist in acclimating the being to holding these rays. And so when you're ready, repeat them with me. I am divine peace. I am divine light. I am divine perfection. I am divine mercy. I am divine grace. I am divine compassion. Gives oneself grace and space to sit with these divine virtues as they move through you, restoring you to the true you of who you came to be. For these are the beloved rays of our new earth reality. This is what governs our cosmic consciousness, the purest expression of you that came to be. And as you move with them, you will begin to vibrate divine oneness within your entirety. And so this concludes part 2 of this 4-part series. We honor and thank you for joining us in this now, for this is a grand service to all of the love that we are and will ever be. You are seen, witnessed, and recognized as love completely. Go in peace, beloveds, until we meet again.